Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. So, failure. Failure is absolutely terrifying. It's a wild thing, and for a long time, I used to believe that failure was the end all be all. I used to be so scared of failure because I felt awful after I failed. When I failed at something, it felt as if I was worthless, it felt as if I had no purpose, if I had no skill. It was an absolutely dreadful thing. And for a long, long time, I was absolutely terrified of failure. Terrified to the point that I was not even pursuing new things. Because what if I fail at them? I clearly remember that I didn't want to pick up drawing because what if I suck at it? Or I clearly remember that I didn't want to go and study something new because what if I am absolutely horrible at it? Failure can be this massive mountain in front of you and you're scared to climb it because it is pretty high and pretty steep. I used to be so scared of failure until I realized this one thing. Failure makes us better. Failure helps us produce better results. Failure is not the end all be all. It is a lesson. You can't reach success without failing. And here's the thing. When you fail, you actually learn how to be better. In fact, if I can use this little thing, this little example, in games, we often fail a lot. I like games, there's no doubt about it. I love video games, I love playing them, I like spending my time in them. And if there's one thing that I've learned from video games, it's that through failure, we learn how to succeed. Take something like Minecraft. In the beginning, you're going to build a little house made of mud. And it's going to be okay, but if there comes a creeper, the creeper is going to destroy it. Later on, you build a house out of wood, and then finally you build a house out of stone and you make it prettier and nicer. But you learn to build that nice house by failing, by noticing the inefficiencies or the issues in your previous structures. Now, I know that's not necessarily the best one, but let's look at a game like Dota or League of Legends, where every time you die, you realized, oh, okay, great, I need to not do this, maybe I need to do that, and you become just a little bit better at it. Well, maybe you, I still suck at those games. But failure is there to teach us a lesson. It's there to show us what is the right way of doing things. Without failure, there can be no success. Unless, of course, you're super lucky and you get it the first time. Yay, well done for you. But for the average person, we will fail over and over and over and over again. But after every subsequent failure, we will become more apt, we will become more capable, we will be more able to move past those failures. And in the beginning, failure sucks. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It really, really sucks. I hate the feeling of failure. I hate the feeling of losing. I hate the feeling of just failing. Because you feel worthless. You feel like you're not able to do something. You feel totally inept. But what failure does do is it shows us where we're lacking, where we need to optimize, where we need to learn new skills. And here comes the big one. Failing in life was one of my biggest fears. Because if you fail in life, well, what else is there? But here's the thing. You can't succeed in life without failure. If you're not going to trip and fall, you're never going to be able to really master walking. When you're a child, you don't inherently know how to walk. So it's a trial and error type thing. Child gets up, falls down. Child gets up, understands balance a little bit better. Takes first step, falls. Need to get up again to take the second step. And that is how life also works. And it's never going to end. You're always going to have to face failure. But what you can do is you can get better at accepting failure. Accepting that failure is a natural part of life. failing at something doesn't make you a loser. Failing at something doesn't make you a failure in general. It just means that you've had the opportunity to learn, you've had the opportunity to grow, you've had the opportunity to move to a better you. And as soon as you start understanding that and start accepting it, then failure becomes this wonderful thing where you see, oh, I've learned, oh, I've grown. You can look back at your life and look at all of the failures, and from those failures blossoms beautiful success, blossoms all of the amazing things that follow. Not only does failure help us reach our goals and reach success, but it also builds us as people. It builds character. It helps you grow as a person. Because if you are able to accept failure, you will have a much better life. You will have a much easier life. Because like I said, life is filled with failure. That's unfortunately how it is. And again, it doesn't make you a loser. It doesn't make you lesser. It just means that you still have things to learn. And we all have things to learn. From a child up until your grandmother or this extremely successful CEO or highly successful doctorate or whatever person. Everybody always has something to learn. That's the beauty of life. There's never going to be a situation where you know everything, because we are just not capable of it. We're always going to learn as people. But what I'm trying to say here is, don't be scared of failure. Don't be scared to fail. Embrace it. Embrace it with all of your heart, because failure makes us better. Failure is the pathway to success. Failure is how we reach the end goal that we need to reach. So if you liked the video, maybe like, subscribe, do all of that. And here's my final thing for you. Go out and be the best. Go out and fail, fall, trip, and experience the joy of failure. But know that failure doesn't make you less, it makes you better. Until next time, ciao! Thanks for watching.